Alright, welcome back. We are going to be working on the parallax mapping, and that is basically adding a fancy schmancy background. So I am going to just click on my world 1 here. I am going to add a new map. I'm not going to load one, I want a new one. I'm going to call this a cutscene. I am going to make this maybe a little bit wider and a little bit taller. And you're going to have to play around with these numbers. I'm going to just start at 21, 21 and see what happens. I'm going to go down here to the background and I'm going to pick. This one's fancy schmancy, I like it. Loop horizontally or loop vertically. I want to loop horizontally and I'm going to scroll this map. Not very fast. Okay, and let me show you what that does. Okay, so what we want to do, so you can see it's kind of, I would like my character to be put here as the map scrolls, and so what we're going to do is I am going to start him on this map. Okay, and now I'm going to create an event that's going to run a cutscene on this. And so just like we learned how to do transparency, one of the ways that you can make a cutscene using these is to turn your transparency on, so he will disappear. We're going to have this be an auto run event. So this is how my game would start. I am going to put text in the middle of the screen, and in a window probably looks the best. We'll try different things and see what happens. It is the year we're futuristic here. It is the year 3016. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some music. Sure, why not? Music's going to start. We're going to wait 2 seconds. And the text is going to start coming. And I'm going to be throwing in a bunch of weights here the whole time. 16. Okay, so we're going to keep going middle. Brian just experienced the worst earthquake man has ever felt. Okay. Alright, so just real quick, we're going to see what it looks like. Sure. Okay, so see how he's invisible? He does not exist. And look at that. So that's it. I mean, that's your whole scene. We can go and I can keep adding text forever and ever and ever and ever, and then eventually I'm going to get to the point where I am going to transfer my player boop, to where I want him to start the game. And so he's going to go from cutscene to world map or normal town, and I can even put him in that original cutscene we made so that another cutscene triggers, and I could just bounce him around from cutscene to cutscene explaining the story for 15 minutes if I wanted to. That's a bit much, but let me just show you what this looks like. It transfers him there, and then we are going to self-switch A. New event, self-switch A, apply, okay, boom. So there's not a whole lot of information here. I might need to turn this sound down. What did I not do? Okay, that's why you need to pay attention. Ooh, I'm at the dog, I think. See, I just picked up the puppy. But going back to transparency, if you wanted to create a level where your character had to go through some type of magic and was invisible all of a sudden, then that's how you would do that. But what you would do is go back to this event and then basically just go and change your transparency to off. So, but if you wanted to make him invisible at some point, change transparency on. Maybe he has to complete like a secret mission before this. And that's a good way to add the control timer too that we learned about, is add the control timer. You know, he has the spell cast on him. It's going to wear off in 2 minutes, so he has to go in and get the secret key while he's still invisible or something. And there I am. And it worked. So, and the other thing you would do is probably stop the music. Sorry, Rihanna. Alright, so go in, fade out background music over 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, they're all good. Okay, boom. And that's it. So use these map backgrounds, and if you wanted to, you could even use the sky one and then put buildings on. You can still build on these maps. So when I go into map mode, let me show you another cool thing. So we have that. This doesn't really fit as well, so let me change to this. And it makes it look super cool to walk on. And so I looped it, but I mean, it's not going to matter. Let's just play it like this. So if I'm transitioning from one map to another, even something as small as this is going to make a huge difference. So look at that. Obviously you're going to have to put the grass in the right place, but if I put it at the bottom of the map instead of in the middle, it's not gonna let's do this. No, let's not. Is it gonna let me? Alright, so there's that. Let's just throw this in. Oops. Gotta get rid of that. And so now you can see it's just the sky, and I can kind of go up to the edge of it and walk. But if I change that and make it, there's like stars, there's just sky. There's a lot of things that you can do with this. So this one's pretty good. And sometimes what I do with my game is I will build buildings, and you'll be on the inside of a building with this in the background, and then I just make big open windows and it looks like you can see outside. But let's assume it's nighttime. And so you can use this for a cutscene too. Characters are walking, they're looking up at the sky, the stars. See, check it out. So add those maps, update them, get creative, and this file, if you find a PNG file, and there are programs that you can take JPEGs and convert them. Just type in JPEG to PNG, and a website will take you to it on Google. You can take almost any background and throw it in here. And so I can take the Grand Canyon and throw it in here, or I can take Vegas and throw it in here. There's almost limitless options for what you can do. So go find a couple, add some in, make it special, make it exclusive to your game. You don't have to just use them. You're going to have to go to Tools and go to Resource Manager and then add these before. So you would go right here, and then you would just hit Import, find the file, click on it, close, and then add it it would be in your manager already, so you could just add it. So get creative.